Aloha, it's Joy, and I have another craft for you. For the holidays, it's fun to make your own ornaments. And a lot of people see painted ones and think, oh my God, I can't paint, it's hard. This is a super, super easy snowman to paint. You'll love it. The kids can do it with you. It's fun. So basically, we're gonna take just what we call a shatterproof ornament because, you know, we don't want it to break, especially after we put in all that time painting it, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the snow in now so that I don't have to worry about it later. So I have some of the snow here on a cardstock and I folded it a little and we're gonna just feed it through. And we're gonna hope that it goes in nicely. So we're just gonna get that. So I took off the topper and I have the ornament here. So let's try and feed some snow in there. Okay. You know, we're lucky because in Hawaii, I mean, even though we have our sunny beaches, you know, there are places that have snow in Hawaii. So we're kind of lucky. We got the best of both worlds. So anyway, we're just gonna put some in there. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little in there, but you get the idea. Just fold up a piece of paper and feed your snow in. The reason why is sometimes you're gonna wanna like display it right away. So if you have the snow in, you don't have to worry about wet paint, okay? So I'm going to put my topper back on because sometimes it's helpful if you have your topper still yet so that you can actually hang it up to dry. And then again, like I said, you don't have to worry about touching the wet paint. Okay, there we go. Let me just get my topper. There we go. Okay, inside we go. Here we go. There we go. All right, so we got our topper. Now, you can do the round ball ornament. I like to do the flat one because it's great for beginners because it's flat. So the next thing I'm gonna do is we like to use this paint. It's a special paint. You can use regular acrylic paint, but if you do, then you're probably going to want to put a little coating after. And if you do put a coating, who knows, maybe you want to use the gloss sparkly varnish to give it a little bit extra. But I use this paint only because it's called multi-surface, so it can go on things like plastic and glass and not have to worry about it chipping. So I poured some out. Now you can use like a regular sponge or like a sea sponge. And all we're gonna do is, we're just gonna sponge it a little. So you dab some paint, and all we're gonna do is just make our snowman. So first I'm gonna do the body, and just go like that. And you know, you can look like, do I want him fat? Do I want to just do a snowman's head? You can just do the snowman's head. You don't have to do a whole body. You can make it kind of fluffy and make it into a snow bunny. You know how they do that? See, and then see how I just went, it is so easy. The best part is when you're at this stage and if you don't like it, you can rinse it off and start all over. So I think the hardest part with this type of or any kind of painting is knowing when to stop because my snowman is getting bigger and bigger, okay? But anyway, it's just a tiny light coating, so it's not gonna take too long to dry, but I'm basically almost done, okay? So basically, this is the part we did so far. We just kind of did a little bit of the body and the head. Now you can have your snowman looking straight at you, and then you're gonna have to change how you paint this up. Or like me, I don't necessarily wanna do a whole lot of detail work. So that's why my snowman is like looking up at the snow falling down. And that's why there's just, you don't even see, you just see his smile. You don't see any eyes on there. Now here's what I do. I do have some regular acrylic paint and I have my bottles upside down for a reason. Because I am not gonna pour out, I just need a little bit, so I'm not gonna pour out a lot of paint. I'm actually gonna use the paint in the paint cap. And depending, you can either use a inexpensive thin paintbrush. You can also use things like bamboo skewers, the pointy part, or a toothpick. So what I'm trying to tell you is you can do a lot of painting things with the stuff you already have in your house. So I'm going to actually use a paintbrush for this part, and all I'm going to do is go, okay, I'm going to make your nose, and I'm just making a long triangle. I think you guys all kind of know, after seeing so many snowmen, you know that they have like a carrot nose, and that's it. Okay, I am not a professional painter, and I just know enough how to paint to get things to make that I want to make. So again, you can do two things. For the eyes or the mouth, you can use a Sharpie after it's completely dry, but while it's pretty much dry to the touch. Okay, so again, I'm taking my black paint, but I'm only going to use the paint that's in the capsule. Capsule. Okay, now I am going to use, you see, I've done it a lot of times, you can see. So I'm going to use the end of the paintbrush, and what you're going to do is you want to take your paint and check to see how big it's going to be. Put it on a piece of paper, or like how I have it on a paper towel. And I'm going to tell you something I learned from another painter who's really great. He said the one thing you're going to notice is when you make a dot, and if you don't dip the paint back in, as you go, your dot is going to get smaller and smaller. So if you want your dots all to be the same size, you need to dip it and dot it. Dip it and dot it, okay? I know, now you want to eat ice cream. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to make our little smile. And ooh, this guy has a big mouth. Okay, has a big mouth. But you can just do simple like that. Another fun touch that I like is we have to do his arms because he's looking out. So I want to use my skinny paintbrush again that I used the orange. I have some water here. Just wash it out. And again, you could use a Sharpie marker or a paint marker, or you can just use a little bit. And you don't have to be elaborate because remember, snowmen's arms are made out of twigs. So you could use brown or black, and all I'm going to do is just draw a line and add 2 more lines like that. If you're really good, maybe you guys can paint it, or I can't paint it. Maybe you can make him throw in a shaka, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to give him one arm and another arm. Now these guys can be as elaborate, like I said. If you want, you can take another paint and you can paint a striped scarf, or you can actually take some fabric and glue on a scarf. Now the one thing that I like to do for my animals and my characters, because I can't do like true to life and I just like to make them fun, is I like to add hearts. So I either add hearts for the cheek, or on this case, we're going to put a heart on top of our body. Okay, so I got red paint here. Well, it's kind of a pinkish red anyway. And again, I'm going to use the back of the brush. And let's see, so the heart should go on this side, right? So I'm going to take one, and I'm going to practice first. So I'm going to put one down and one down. Okay, so I'm going to put one dot, put another dot next to it, and then I think if you remember, what we do is we take it and we drag it, and it becomes a heart. So easy. dot, dot, drag, and you got your heart. So see how easy that was? I mean, you could make a whole bunch. You could make a whole bunch of snowmen. You could end up writing everybody's name. You could put, you know, grandma, grandpa, you know, mom, dad, and all the keikis' name, and everybody can have their own ornament that they made. This could even be a project at one of your holiday parties. So simple idea of painting. Don't be afraid of painting. Just look at things and see that I can do that. That's easy. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to learn all kinds of different things on the Kapuna Network. So for now, I'm going to finish making another ornament, and I want you to check out what else is on there. So thanks for joining me today.